All right, so yeah, so they use a little girl. So I don't know if like that was purposely done, but the mother that did it is just got a big ass mouth. And basically, here's the thing though that got me too. That day, the same lady that talked shit to her daughter, and her daughter told that I was gonna get fired, and the little girl told me, which is just so petty, like to involve children in that shit. That's so ridiculous. But anyway, so they use the kid to talk to me, right? So now later on that day, I go in, like I'm already they're already going in on me, like every little thing that I do. Like basically, so I would sit in the front desk, and they know that I would sit in the front desk. Like once they were really trying to get me, because I said I do everything like the way I'm supposed to be doing for the most part, you know. And so I would sit on the front desk for my break, for my hour break. I wouldn't touch anything on the computer. And but they know that, right? Nobody else sits there, but I would sit there. So that there was like a table that was broken by one of the children, like a Lego table, right? And the child plays rough, right? So it just like started where it was everything. Jackie. We have these group text messages that would be like hundreds of group text messages. I'm like, there's apps nowadays that we can communicate on. I don't have to hear that going off every 5 seconds. What the heck? And it's like not even stuff that you need to know. Talk about workplace toxicity and bringing your work home with you. Anyway, if the lady would have been at the job, which she wasn't, I don't understand that. Please make me understand that, because this is not the first business that I helped somebody or tried to help somebody open, but then realized that they weren't in it. And if you're not in it, I'm not going to be in it, especially at a lesser rate, because I got hired on for a certain amount, and then I said I wouldn't mind taking a little less, which was the stupidest thing on my part to say, and whatever. Okay, you live and you learn, but to hell with trying to be nice, because she went later, she said, we agreed upon the lower rate. I said, So I put that in my vault, because we didn't. You never said anything. You agreed upon a lower rate. That told me everything I needed to know, right? So basically, they want you to work at a lesser rate. And then, I don't understand this. How do you open a business and you're not there 90% of the time? I seen this lady probably 2%. She put her all into this dumbass, right? Dumbass. Like, imagine Red Foreman talking to Eric Foreman. Dumbass, right? So the lady invites me over. The lady's dirty as hell. I saw her house, and she's like, I should probably clean my house. And I'm like, yeah, you probably should clean your house. Like, I what else you want me to say? That's gross. And then it transfers into her work, right? So if she can't keep her household clean, how the hell is she going to keep her work clean? Not to mention the chick works from 4 a.m. to 1 o'clock and then is pretty much checked out for the day. And really, everything's through phone call, but she lives like 5 minutes away. And then on top of it, was telling everybody she was taking out trash, and then meanwhile having me just take it all out. And like when I complained about it, it was my fault. And then later, right, because I complained about it, she made it to where like I complained about it, and the boss was like, okay, everybody needs to take out the trash, right? So it was the other girl's turn. They told the other girl she didn't have to take it out because of where I go at night. So explain that to me, why she didn't have to take it out that day, right? And I come in and there's trash there. So I put it out to the back, right? I'm like, no, I've been taking this out for weeks now. I'm pissed off now because I said something about it and complained, and rightfully so. And then I asked, because I had to ask every single day. Everybody else had a schedule, but I had to call in and ask if I was coming in at 1:30 or 3 or this time or that time, because it would change whenever they wanted to, and they would give me the runaround and play games like with me all day long. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was being targeted and bullied and harassed the whole time, right? And then on top of it, they would have problematic children come in. I had a child come in that was dangerous to the other children, and I expressed this, and they still tried to put this kid in with other children, to the point where I said to her, and I guess maybe this is where I was problematic, she said, I'm losing money. I said, okay, you're losing money, but I'm putting my foot down. I said, you can fire me if you need to right now, But I am not putting another child at risk so that you can make a few bucks. So that might have been it. I don't know if that was it. Like I said, it all sounds like a setup because to this day, like, nothing was licensed. They were operating without a license. I didn't even know that until she made it official and put it in the group chat. I officially got my license. So what the fuck have you been open for, psycho? What is wrong with you? I was like, and then on top of it, you're gonna basically like piss somebody off that has pictures and everything? Bold move. Bold but stupid move. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, right? So I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, they're operating without a license. She's gonna send this kid in. And I'm not even kidding. Like, the kid was like violent, like to the point where the other teachers were scared. So I go and I put this kid in like a takedown move, right? And I don't mean like a takedown, like a football takedown move. I mean like to where I'm not hurting him, he's not hurting anybody else, but he's got to be subdued somehow. You can't just let the kid run wild. The kid's in the bathroom and the other teachers are watching, right? So my boss goes, take video of it, right? So now I'm the only one actively subduing this kid. They're all like running from him like Godzilla because basically he's crazy at the point. And if you ever worked with autistic children, sometimes they could get superhuman strength. But I think the kid had some kind of like schizophrenia combined with it too. It was like ridiculous. So, and he was a big boy. So I subdue him. The next day, the kid comes in with the mom, and my boss already told me, she's like, we're not going to have him anymore. He's a safety issue. So he shows up on the day I'm there in the morning, and I'm like, oh no. He comes in and the mom looks at me and goes, I saw the video and it was your fault. The way he was acting. I said, oh, okay. I said, right there. I said, that's all I need. I don't want to be held liable. I said, I remember my teaching from medical law and ethics. This is out of my scope of practice then. I said, ma'am, I said, you need to tell me how you would take your kid, how you would calm him down when he acts like this at home. She looks at me and she goes, he don't have a bike at home. I'm like, the frick does that? Because he comes riding out on a bike, and I'm like, can you get him off? And he starts throwing a fit again, like he did the day before. But the day before, it was my fault. Now, I haven't said a word to this kid. I haven't touched this kid, because the second the lady said it was my fault, I know what I'm dealing with. You're trying to go for a lawsuit. I already know. Out of my scope of practice. Sorry. Take your good Samaritan somewhere else. So I call my boss, and I'm like, listen, I will take the L. You can fire me right now. I am not letting this kid come in, and I am not. And the lady takes my phone and starts talking to her on the phone. So she gets back on the phone. She's like, Jackie, I saw what you did. It was nothing wrong with what you did. Okay, so I said to her, so I'm costing her money. So I guess because I'm not going to let it. But this is the thing. Like, I don't understand why, if that's an issue, then you come here. You get your ass into the job where you should be at, because if you're opening a business, your first 5 years are the most important, especially the first month or so. You're gonna put in this idiot hands and let it go. See, and that's the thing. I don't think it has anything to do with you wanting to run a successful business. I think you got some money and thought you were gonna play school or something, and that's why you opened the other one up. And it failed. I don't know where that is, or what's going on, or if that, like I said, it can all be a setup. It can all be a gang stalking setup, for all I know, for all I care, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, it's just crazy. Like, none of that makes sense to me. So now, right, and on top of it, money was like a huge issue the whole time. Like, trying to get me for 4 days, 5 days, not like a few hours, like freaking days and stuff. And now on top of it, like every week, nobody ever told me what time I was supposed to call in, or why should I have to call in? Why isn't there like a punching clock nowadays? There was like nothing set up. The doors would be unlocked all the time. Tell me that doesn't sound like a setup. But anyway, even if not, just the most toxic place, frying pan to fire.